Hey everyone, welcome back. My name is Lynn Wilson. If you're new here, welcome over to my home. Thanks for coming to visit. I certainly hope you stick around for this video and for more to come. And I love comments, so leave a comment below. That would be awesome. I love responding back. So, what if you only have $10? What if you have $10 left in your budget and you need breakfast for yourself, your spouse and yourself, your family, whatever? You only have $10 to stretch for the next couple of weeks. That's all you have. What are you going to do? What can you buy for $10? You could go to McDonald's and probably spend this maybe on 2 breakfast meals, or you could go to a fancy diner and maybe spend 7 of this 10 and get 1 day's worth of meals. You have $10 for the next couple of weeks. How in the world do you just spend $10 on breakfast? Okay, and some of you might be saying, well, that's silly. You can get plenty for $10. Many people don't know how to shop smart. I used to tell my kids when they were little, I'd say, we're smart shoppers. Not everybody's a smart shopper. That is something that not everybody has either been taught or can grasp, and maybe you need to learn that. Maybe you just need a gentle reminder of, I can do that. I can figure this out. Some of you have more than $10. That's great. This is a baseline. This is a baseline of $10 for 2 to 3 weeks worth of groceries. We're not talking gourmet meals. We're talking meals that will sustain you. This is a baseline. We're going to shop at the Dollar Tree. Is that the best place to go? Depends on who you're asking. Everybody has an opinion. Absolutely. This, again, is a place to start. You take that $10 and you put whatever dollar figure you have available. You take the Dollar Tree supplies and you shop there, or you go somewhere else where you find, maybe at Walmart it's 88 cents, at the Dollar Tree it's $1. Listen, if Dollar Tree is a mile from your house and Walmart is 20 miles from your house, you make the choice of where you want to go. I'm only giving you a suggestion. You know your family, you know your family's likes, dislikes, you know your family needs, you know your budget, you know what you need to do. Baseline, $10, 2 to 3 weeks. What can we get at the Dollar Tree? Well, I will link some pictures at the very end of this, but I'll go through just a few items that you can get. You can get oatmeal. You can make baked oatmeal. You can make oatmeal muffins. You can make hot oatmeal. You could do oatmeal, overnight oatmeal in a mason jar. You can do all kinds of things with oatmeal. This can stretch. This could be just this alone. For 2 weeks, you don't need to use milk. You can just use water. Add a little sugar, add a little fruit, whatever you need to do, but oatmeal is a good base to start with. You want milk? You have milk in these containers here that are shelf stable. So if you're looking to stockpile breakfast items versus eat them in the next 2 weeks, and you want to just take $10 this week and say, I want to take $10 and buy things for the stockpile only. Same thing. Oatmeal stays a very long time. You can freeze it, you can refrigerate it, you can keep it on your pantry shelf. This is shelf stable. You want to buy milk that you don't need to worry about opening right away? You can. You want fresh milk right out cold in a jug. They sell milk. They sell half and half. They have small bottles. They have larger bottles. They have chocolate milk. Whatever you need, you can find milk at the Dollar Tree. You might need some coffee. Maybe consider some instant coffee that you could just add water, and it goes a lot further than a large amount of coffee, but they also have ground coffee. They have tea bags. Think about, again, what do you like? What will suit your family's needs? Evaporated milk, shelf stable. You can use this in your oatmeal to make it creamier. You can use this in a lot of things. You can use it in your coffee. You can use it in your tea. Again, shelf stable. Maybe use that for your stockpile. What other kind of things can you get? Rice cakes. Rice cakes are delicious. They're easy. They're portable. If you need to take things to work, it's something that is shelf stable. You don't need to refrigerate it once it's open. It's a great thing to have with cream cheese, with butter, with peanut butter, or plain by itself. You can't afford anything else? Maybe put a little jelly on it. If all you can eat is a couple of rice cakes, you've got something. You can also replace this if you don't have bread. You can use rice cakes. Peanut butter, a staple. It's protein. I know. Everybody says, oh, peanut butter. Yes, it's a good thing. Listen, if all you have is a jar of peanut butter and you have nothing else in your house for breakfast, every morning you can have a teaspoon of peanut butter. It'll give you protein. It'll sustain you. It'll get you through the morning. If you have nothing else, starvation is a big thing for some people. We have people that are out there in the community, and a lot would not admit they can't afford to buy food. If you are blessed, like I have been, and people give you food, that's wonderful. If you are blessed and you have the finances to buy food, that's wonderful. There are people that might be watching or saying, you know what, I was too embarrassed to tell anybody. I don't even know how to shop. Maybe you only have $5, and that's all you can spend. You can hit the Dollar Tree, possibly Walmart and other places. Again, I'm giving you a place to start. We're going to start baseline here, and you take it where you want to go. But peanut butter is a great source of protein on your rice cakes. Fruit at the at the Dollar Tree. Oatmeal, I got mandarin oranges, and I got pineapples. You can get a sleeve of 3, get 2 of these. There's one a day for you to have fruit with a rice cake and peanut butter, or fruit to put on to your oatmeal. You want something other than just plain oatmeal, they have flour in packages. Flour. Make pancakes, make muffins, do all kinds of things with that. You don't have to just use oatmeal. You can ground up your oatmeal and make oat flour if you put it in your blender. So you can use this not only as oatmeal, but also as a flour. Okay, what other kind of things? Bread. They have rolls. They have Hawaiian rolls. They have bagels. They have loaves of bread. These were croissants that I picked up. They're little mini ones. There's 10 in here. You allow yourself one a day with a little peanut butter and a cup of coffee and maybe an egg. And you've got 10 in here. That's 10 days worth of bread right there. Another thing they have are eggs, 99 cents. Now, yes, I went to Aldi's and they were 48 cents. You saw that on my video from last week or about 10 days ago. Eggs, vary in price. If you can't get to all these other stores and you can only go to one store and you pick the Dollar Tree, you can get eggs there. You can make eggs, scrambled eggs. You can make some omelets. They sell cheese at the Dollar Tree. You can add cheese to this. They sell sausages. They sell bacon, breakfast sausage. They even have breakfast sandwiches. They have a variety of things, and you'll see with some of the pictures that I'll link at the end. But you can have a hard-boiled egg, one croissant with some peanut butter or a rice cake and some fruit and a cup of coffee with either one of these milks, or an egg with some oatmeal. You can have a pretty decent breakfast. $1 for a dozen eggs. Yes, cheaper somewhere else? Possibly. But what if you can only get to one store? Okay. I have people that say to me, oh, I could never eat eggs from the Dollar Tree. Well, unless you know that Dollar Tree has different chickens than ShopRite, Walmart, or all these other places do, I think there's only one kind of chicken that can lay an egg. I'm not a farm girl, but I think that's the story, is that chickens lay eggs. So whether you get them at the Dollar Tree or some gourmet place, it's going to be an egg. So get over yourself. Okay, muffin mix. This one is Betty Crocker, and I think the other day I got these. I found a couple weeks ago, and the other day I got Marie Callender's blueberry. Now this one I like because this one is either add water or milk. That's it. You have no milk, you want to save your milk, add water. The other one I got needed an egg, water, and I think a little bit of butter. So check and see what they have, but listen. Have a muffin with an egg. Have a muffin with some peanut butter on it. They have cream cheese at the dollar store. So make a muffin and cream cheese. There's all kinds of things you can do. Granola bars. You need something quick to give the kids in the car. These are peanut butter chocolate chip granola bars. Do I highly recommend that you give your kids these granola bars? Yes, they have salt in it. They have sugar in it. Yada, yada, yada. Is it organic and wholly blessed? No. But will it sustain you? Absolutely. Will it get your kids from here to school on not an empty stomach? Yes. If you're desperate, put some peanut butter, cut it in half, make a peanut butter sandwich, each piece of granola, little peanut butter in the middle, and your kids have got the protein. Give them a hard-boiled egg with it. You'll be okay. We're not talking that, hey, we have all the money in the world, we can go wherever we want, and we are good. We're talking about, I only have $10 to get me through the next couple of weeks for breakfast. What if you're in that situation? Life, takes you in different places. You need to be a little creative and think through this. There are so many options. They have pancake mix there. They have pancake syrup there. They have little cups of oatmeal. They have cold cereal. If you have to eat the cold cereal dry and you don't have milk, you can do that. Go to your Dollar Tree, look around and think, if I only had $10, what could I get that would sustain me for a couple of weeks? Now this is 6 bars. So there's 6 days worth here. Then you have muffins. The muffins could last you possibly 2 days, depending on how many are in your family. You have a dozen eggs. If you're by yourself, there's 12 days of eggs right there, 1 a day. You've got 10 croissants. You've got oatmeal that can last forever. Your loaves of bread, your rice cakes. I could go on and on. I just wanted to give you some options to say, all you need, $10, you have $5. Whatever you have $2 and I need to buy breakfast for the week, get a bag of croissants, get a dozen eggs. You have 1 egg and a croissant every single day. There you go, $2 right there, and drink a glass of water. Water doesn't cost anything if you get it from the tap. Wanted to just come on real quick and say, what if you only have $10? What if you can only go to one store? Could you really buy things to sustain you for a couple of weeks with breakfast? Baseline, starting at the Dollar Tree, you take it where you want to go. You have less money, you have more money, you adapt it to your family's needs. You don't like these choices? I'm not telling you this is what you need to get. This is something to start with. You don't like oatmeal? Get cream of wheat. You don't like oatmeal? Get pancake mix. You don't like muffin mix? Get something else. There's lots of options there for you to choose from. So just consider something like that. Listen, if you happen to have $10 and you only need $5 worth of food, but you have the extra $5, buy double of everything and put the other $5 in your stockpile for the future when money is really tight. If you can spare that extra $5 and you spend $5 on yourself and you take that other $5, maybe buy a dozen eggs, some rolls, some peanut butter and coffee and a few things, and give it to your neighbor who you know is really, really struggling, maybe just emotionally struggling, maybe not even financially. Maybe they had a loss of a loved one in the family, or they're just going through a tough time with their kids. Put together a bag and say, hey, I didn't want you to even have to think about breakfast for the next week. Here's a few items. Stick this in your pantry. Do something for someone else. Encourage them. Invest in a life. Make a difference. You be the one to make a difference. Thank you for coming by. Leave a comment below. Tell me, if you only had $10 and you only had one store to go, what store would you go to, and what are some options that you would buy? Thanks for coming by.